All right. Do I have anybody here yet? I don't think so. All right. Oh, that's interesting. All right, maybe this will work a little better now. All right, great. Welcome to the Autistic Page. I don't have anything in. I have not done any prep whatsoever. I was having some technical difficulties, but the good news is I have learned how to use virtual cameras. So today is episode 3 of the Autistic Page. I'm about 40 minutes late, and I will be getting off at 7 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, my friend Fern will be doing her show, and she is... I'll bring that up in a minute. Hey, what's going on? My Discord's not coming up. Oh, I know why. I think. Okay. So let's take a look at the news. See if there's anything in the news itself. Well, we'll just start with... what's happened in the last 24 hours. Research shows no link between Tylenol and autism. What? Okay, so we have a nice white page here. At least I got to give credit where credit is due. At least. Okay, so they have had the decency to come up with a story of things we've known about for quite a while, actually, I think. April 17th, 2020. Research shows no causal link between Tylenol and autism. Now, this is probably a canned... Okay, it's not giving credit. I hate it when they don't give credit, like even if their own people wrote it, because a lot of times they just like cut and paste this stuff from other places. And I kind of think this might be what that is. But notice the nice white page. Everything's white because Autism Speaks does not know that this hurts our eyes. And I've been talking about this for, well, we're approaching a month now, I think. And I know they listen to me, but they sure haven't done anything with this page here. So let's look at the character of this. I don't think this was written by Autism Speaks, and I will be able to tell you by how it's written if Autism Speaks did write it or not. But let's see what the research says and see if I can find any more stories on this. A new study from Gemma finds that using Tylenol, that's how you say that, the active ingredient in Tylenol during pregnancy was not associated with an increase of autism. The study refuted recent research papers and statements that suggest that Tylenol, acetaminophen, I actually worked in a pharmacy too, so we're not going to discuss this any further. I actually ran a pharmacy. The study, funded by National Institutes of Health and conducted by Karolinska Institute of Sweden, Drexel University, is the largest of its kind. Researchers analyzed the data from almost 2.5 million Swedish children born between 1995 and 1995 and 2019. So this no wonder they've published it fairly recently, because it was just collected in 2019, but it's like 5 years later. Amazing how slow research can go. But that means it's good. It's good, valid research. It's kind of the research we need. Results showed that while researchers initially found that children who were exposed to acetaminophen were slightly more likely to have autism, ADHD, and intellectual disabilities versus those who were not, this risk disappeared when comparing pairs of siblings. Because siblings share genetics and typically grow up in similar environments, siblings are thought to be more accurate and have similar risk and external factors, a smaller risk factor of skewing the results. So it's a smaller risk factor, a smaller risk of external factors skewing the results. And okay, yeah. So you want the test subjects to be as closely related and to have lived in as closely the same environment, eaten the same foods, gone to the same schools, drink the same water, all that stuff if you can. The study's findings suggest that in previous analysis, there were likely other variables that distorted the results. For example, the current study found that parents who have neurodevelopmental disorders are more likely to use Tylenol during pregnancy. Children of these parents are also more likely a neurodevelopmental disorder. However, it is not necessarily due to the exposure to acetaminophen, but rather due to the highly inheritable use of the disorders. Oh my goodness. Oh. So when they did this Tylenol study, they did not take into account that autistic people have sex and autistic people have babies. Oh my word. Howdy, Tyler. I forgot to put up my chat here. This is crazy. That's literally what it boils down to. Is they did not take the whole Tylenol thing that we're going to have to deal with for the next 30 years. Well, at least 10 for sure. The next 10 years, we're going to be hearing about Tylenol. And they did not take into account that autism was hereditary. And therefore, if a woman who has autism takes Tylenol, which just like neurotypical people, but if she takes Tylenol and has a autistic child, they're not taking into account that she had autism at all. Wow, I'm not going to read the rest of this story. Okay, yes, now I should. The study's findings suggest that in previous analysis, there were likely other variables. Okay. Acetaminophen exposure was also more common among children born to parents in a lower socioeconomic class with a higher early pregnancy mass body index, those who smoked during pregnancy, and those with psychiatric disorders. People with autism have autism, and you know what? People with autism tend to have POTS. People with autism tend to have Ehlers-Danlos. People with autism tend to have other bone diseases, what have you, like my son did. Not as so much the bone disease, but my point is due to having Ehlers-Danlos and POTS fairly frequently, And the fact that our bones degenerate very quickly in our jaws and so forth, we are going to be taking Tylenol more often because we hurt more. And then we have sex. And then we have autistic kids, evidently, and it was the Tylenol's fault. We were autistic, evidently. Don't take that Tylenol because it retrogrades and gives you Tylenol gives you autism when you were a kid, when you were in vitro. So don't take it, okay? This is like a time-space continuum, red pill, blue pill, like weird stuff thing going on here. Okay, I got this down. I know what's going on here. One limitation of the study is that it relies on prescription data and self-reporting. Oh. Which means it may not have captured all the over-the-counter acetaminophen usage. Oh, of course not. There's no way it did. However, with this large of a sample size and ability to control for external variables, that's true, the conclusions of this study are more robust and well supported by the evidence. Ta-da! Autism Tylenol. You know we're going to be hearing about that Tylenol for the next 10, 15 years. That Tylenol gave my kid autism. So I gave him a shot. I gave him a vaccine, and he got cured and turned holistic. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to be kicked off the air. I'm going to be kicked off the entire internet. Sensory mornings. This is from Autism. This is Autism Speaks Today. And they did make this today. Let's see how. Now, this is the problem. Tyler, you've heard me. What's my first complaint? You already probably know what my first complaint is. The white page. And they listen to me. Why are they still putting out these white pages? All you have to do, Autism Speaks, is click like that. Just a regular right click. Now, you have to be on the site itself in the editing page. And it works like this almost every single search engine. You click, and then there's going to be a color wheel, just like you're doing, just like the color wheel, just like you're changing the color of a font. It's that easy. And you just click on here, it'll change the color, and then this area right here, you can click on here and make it a slightly contrasting color, like these two colors are kind of pretty. And then it will work. But nonetheless, and I leave this white, I apologize for that, but I leave it white to show people how disconnected Autism Speaks is from the autistic community. Sensory mornings. May 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. through May 5th. Okay, so it's 9 to 11, May 5th. Fernbank Museum. Okay, I don't know what this. Join us for a series of events designed. What is this? Sensory system. Oh, okay, this is just an invitation for a Clifton. Oh, no, Atlanta, Georgia museum is going to have a sensory day. These experiences provide quieter, calmer environment for our guests. Did you know that Walmart now? I'm going to go to this. This is kind of a cool story. Walmart has sensory hours. I think it's like 8 to 10 now. Starting November 10th, all Walmart stores in the United States and Puerto Rico. I did not say Puerto Rico right? I can't say Puerto Rico and Puerto Rican. Okay, we'll have sensory-friendly hours from 8 to 10 a.m. Local time every day. Did you know that? I had no idea. On my little break screens like this, I should put something like that information in there. I didn't have time to do it today, but I was going to put if you hold the number 2 button on a microwave for, I think it's 5 seconds. I hold it until it beeps. You hold the number 2 button and it won't beep anymore. Did you know that? So I think I should put cool information like that. Sheba Shasha. Hello, Sheba. Oh, that's a beautiful. You know how much uh, bleh, Sound of the Forest would love that. Butterfly. So I am not right now. I've got to get off of here in about 8 minutes because my friend Fern is going to be on, and I can't find my Discord. I can't get to my Discord. Wait, maybe this will work. Uh-oh, I didn't mean my Discord to show up here. Okay. But anyway, my friend Fern, she has her own show coming on here in a little bit. I don't know where to find it, and I'm gonna have to find it on myself on TikTok. Um, but she's gonna be on for 2 hours. Hey, did you hear about that Walmart thing from 8 to 10 every morning? So I guess they don't have the lights on. They let natural lighting or whatever come in, and then they don't bring the pallets out. They don't bring any of the cleaning stuff out or any of that stuff. So it's supposed to be quieter. Have you heard about that before? Well, hello, heroic vandal. I am going to come back live again after 7. It might be after 7:30. I'm going to come back live again, and I will be asking once again for people who favor Autism Speaks, who want to defend Autism Speaks, to do so, because thus far they have refused to speak to me. So anyone can come on my on YouTube tonight after 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, and can talk to me live on my YouTube channel, and we can talk about Autism Speaks. I particularly want autistic people who have had experience with Autism Speak. There was a Kiki Chambers that used to stalk me, kind of, on TikTok. Anyway, she used to always tell me that she had gotten services from Autism Speaks, but because she was so combative, I never really could find out what that was. So I would like to speak to people who have gotten help from Autism Speaks. You know? Hey, Tyler, you know where I'm going, don't you? Do you know I'm Fern? I cannot think of Fern's name right now. Anyway. So what I am going to do, this has been such a short show. I was delayed coming in. So I am... Oh, wait a minute. I got another hour to go. Never mind. I got another hour. Good. I did not realize I had another hour. All right, so we're going to go back to the main page here. So yeah, Walmart, I think, so Walmart has the hours, but I should put those on my little pages like that. Put like, Walmart has Century Hours, and then maybe put like that thing about holding the 2 button on the microwave, which I think is cool. I did that, and nobody said anything, but nobody's complained in this house, but pretty much everybody's got sensory issues. Okay, I have no idea what this is. None whatsoever. Voldesta Daily Times. That's in Voldesta, Georgia. I don't know. I have no idea. It sounds like it's in the Midwest, though. Voldesta, it sounds like maybe an Indian or American native word. I don't know. All right. Editorial: Autism deserves better understanding. April is Autism Awareness Month. Autism is vastly misunderstood. Thank you. Autism can be difficult to define because autism spectrum disorders describe a wide range of disorders with symptoms that vary in type and severity. Of course. Autism Speaks. Oh, no. We go right into Autism Speaks. So we describe autism, and the first thing we're going to do is talk about Autism Speaks. Our autism. We talked about autism spectrum disorder up here. We talked about Autism Month, and we're talking about Autism Speaks. Where's the autistic people? This is the problem the autistic community has. This is what's... It's tying our shoelaces together, people. When this is the narrative, this is just some random paper, I don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter. When the public has this perspective, we're going to talk about Autism Awareness Month. We're going to talk about how the disease autism. Now we're going to talk about Autism Speaks. Are we ever going to mention the autistic people? I don't know. But this is the type of thing that is happening in this country that is really hurting autistic people. And that's why we have to change the narrative. When these people are speaking for us, this is what they're going to say. They're going to speak for us. They're going to speak instead. Why am I losing my voice? I think it was one of those hard medications that I made me choke a little bit too hard earlier. It only took one, though. According to Autism Speaks, okay. The Autism Speaks organization describes autism. Now, when I talk about, I always talk about how Autism Speaks wants to be the authority. And you can see here how these random people from this paper do see Autism Speaks as the authority. Look how they characterize it. The Autism Speaks organization describes autism in the most general terms as a group of complex disorders of brain development. No, it does not. It does not say that. It doesn't say of development. Well, it doesn't phrase it exactly like that. But this is correct. A complex group of disorders, which I have a big problem with, is called autism spectrum disorder. Not autism spectrum disorders. With the on it. I'm so sorry I did that to you. I am so sorry. I am so sorry I did that to you. A group of complex disorders. This is where we get that ableism from, and this classification of severe autism. It's this kind of language that's separating our community, and it's these people doing it. And we're letting them. According to Autism Speaks, the disorders can include... I sound like freaking... freaking... I'm the autistic Rush Limbaugh. According to Autism Speaks, the disorder can include intellectual disability, difficulties in motor coordination, and attention, and physical health issues such as sleep and... God, we got a lot of ands in that sentence. Gastrointestinal disturbances. I would say chronic. If you're going to say disturbances, I would say chronic disturbances. Otherwise, I would say disorders. But yes, that's a very... Okay. It is not uncommon for individuals with varying types of autism. This is current. Tyler? This is current. Trevor? This is today, 13 hours ago. Varying types of autism. What? Severe autism? High functioning autism? Asperger's? That is specifically the reason that we have ASD, autism spectrum disorder, so we don't classify autistics as less than human beings or some better than others. We are all just autistic. No matter what our developmental challenges are or are not, we are all autistic. Even those people that are autistic, or even Eileen Lamb is autistic. She's just a traitor or something. She doesn't like me. I love you, Eileen. Just want you to know, no, no, I'm talking poo poo. It is not uncommon for individuals with varying types of autism to excel in math, art, music. Oh, come on! I'm going to rewrite this sentence right now. Okay? It is not uncommon for individuals with varying, it is not uncommon for autistics to excel in sex, farts, music and groupieism, and other psychedelic areas. Yes, we're just like everybody else. All this stuff about being good at this and that and everything else, that once again sets us apart from being like other humans. Yes, it is true that we do excel, but so do people that aren't autistic. That's the problem with this argument. And I don't care how prevalent it is among us. It isn't that much more prevalent among autistics than it is other people. I have not seen any statistics anywhere. Now, if somebody can find some and correct me, I would love to see it. But as far as I know, there is nothing to indicate that we can't find per capita just as many people that are good at art, music, and other areas. Other areas. Yeah, we're good in other areas. That doesn't even mean anything. Research has indicated there seems to be no singular cause of autism. Okay, I can jive with that. However, reports have indicated that Tylenol, no, it doesn't say that, have indicated that genetic research is advancing quickly, and as a result, mutations that are associated with autism disorders are being identified. Why? Because Autism Speaks wants to cure it. And I have to jump off. Oh, no, I don't. I've still got an hour. In addition, experts have said there are environmental factors that seem to contribute. Now, what environmental factors mean is we have no idea. Now, when you think of the word environmental, you think of CFCs and gasoline and toxic chemicals and biological stuff in the air. No, it doesn't even mean that. It could mean the cosmos was looking funny one day. They have no clue. Now, probably it is something that we're exposed to, more than likely. And that's why they're saying environmental factors. But it's thought to be. It could be the way gravity affects us one day. I don't know. It could be something wild, stupid, crazy. We don't know. And that's okay. All we have to say is we don't know. But right now, we don't know is called environmental factors. And the reason I want to be clear on that is in case we find out it's not. Maybe it's the music or the sounds that were played or something bizarre that we've never thought of, that the whales weren't calling properly. I don't know. Something completely bizarre that doesn't have to do directly with environmental factors, but something like that would technically fall under environmental factors. But I'm talking again more about things like aerosols or whatever, chemicals, stuff we put in the air. Okay, so now that I've completely ruined this sentence, in addition, experts have said there are environmental factors that seem to contribute to brain development, and as scientists learn more about these factors, the disorder may someday become more preventable. I wish it wasn't stuttering so bad. So yeah, you see, and this preventable thing. This writer does not know they are talking about genocide. In addition, experts have said that there are environmental factors that seem to contribute to brain development, and as scientists learn more about those factors, the disorder may someday be more preventable. If you're preventing autistic people from being born, you're preventing Elon Musk and Bill Gates from being born. You're preventing Galileo from being born. You're Tesla, Turing. It is literally eugenics. Think about it. What if we wanted to eliminate everybody that had red hair because we didn't like it? What if we didn't like a certain skin color? So we didn't like a certain skin tone, right? So we decided that anybody that was born with that skin tone or could be born with that skin tone will never be born. We have a different brain tone. Autistic people are normal human beings. We've always been part of the genome. We are simply a different brain type. Some people have different shaped noses and ears. We have a different shaped brain, and that's literally the truth. Physically. The structure is different. So we're a different brain tone, a different brain type, but we are normal human beings. We are normal autistic human beings. There's 1% redheads in the world. There are 1% autistics in this world. So if you take, anytime you see a redheaded person, you've seen an autistic person. But we do not think of redheads as being abnormal, as needing to be cured, as derelicts. No, they're redheads. Just don't give them alcohol. Oh, I did not say that aloud. That was an autistic person stereotyping. And I'm going to keep on doing it too. I'm 30% Scottish, so I think I can, like, hereditary thing. I think I can, like, legally get away with that, right? But that's how I see it. We're 1%. Redheads are 1%. We don't want to eliminate redheads from the planet. We don't want to eliminate autistic brains from the planet. It's the same thing, and that's how it needs to be framed. Not the disorder may someday be more preventable. This person who's wrote this, they're framing this into this is a horrible disease. And I don't want to understate our disabilities. We can have extreme disabilities. We can be extremely smart, just like anybody else. Can people who are neurotypical be born with intellectual disabilities or with some kind of brain injury or whatever? Can they be born that way? Yes. Are they still human beings? Yes! Of course! So are we. We have a different brain type. All right. So I can't get through a sentence. Oh, no. Okay. Symptoms most often begin to manifest between ages 2 and 3, and early intervention, I love, they always say, is crucial in the management of disorder. Now, see how they frame this management of the disorder? Like it's a disease? Just saying. Instead of saying helping autistic children to function the best that they can as they grow. You could say that. Instead of managing the disorder. You see how these things are, am I wrong, Tyler, here? I mean, come on. According to healthcare professionals. And then, this is, okay, This is a in debate. It's a fallacy where you're what's it called? Where you appeal to authorities. This is an appeal to authority, is what it is. Who is that authority? Well, we've already established that. Now, they say healthcare professionals here, but they've already qualified. So now we have Autism Speaks qualified as professionals, and we have healthcare professionals qualified as professionals. But so far, there's not been mention of an autistic person being a professional at their own damn disease. This is why Autism Speaks is afraid to talk to me. I'm sure of it. Oh, do you know I've got 3.5 hours now of being online, begging people to come online with me to defend Autism Speaks, and I can't get anybody to do it. But now I'm continuing my 100 hours. In fact, I'm just going to add it on now. But now I'm switching the gears. I'm trying to get someone to defend it, and I'm going to stay on until someone does and lets me interview them and talk to them and about defending Autism Speaks, because people have told me, at least one person has told me, that Autism Speaks has helped them. I think maybe there might have been more than one person. So if that's the case, I want to know how Autism Speaks helped them. I want to know the story. I want to know exactly what happened, and I want a little bit of evidence. Kiki Chambers. Kiki Chambers, but she's not on TikTok anymore. Her account got banned, which I don't. She was pretty rough. She kind of had, like, she sounded like she hadn't learned. She had a hearing deficit probably until she was like 8 or 10 or something like that. She has that sound, that quality of someone who got hearing after being born deaf. Anyway, destigma. Oh my goodness. After all that, this is what they say. Destigmatizing the disorder and raising awareness regarding the daily management of autism can go a long way towards helping families cope with the associated challenges. All they have done is stigmatize the disorder in this whole thing. That's all they've done is stigmatize. They haven't destigmatized at all. And then they talk about the coping. This is just some random paper. E-paper, obituaries, Valasta, Daily Times. I'm going to save this page. And I think I might write them a letter. Or maybe I should make a video and start recording and start over. But I'm going to bookmark this one, and I think I need to return to this one. Now, this is the sad thing. I am being extremely critical of this. What is this person's intent? Autism deserves better understanding. Yet they've been ableist, completely ableist, every sentence. Almost. Almost every single sentence has been ableist. And the fact that we're over halfway through the article, I think, and they haven't mentioned autistic people yet. As far as qualifying autistic people as knowing, being intergenerational, having experience, being a good source if you have a new autistic child, they being a great resource of knowledge and understanding. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control Prevention identifies about 1 in 68 American children as on the autism spectrum. Whoever did this is a very old. You know this, Tyler. What are they saying? 1 in 39 now? Isn't that what the CDC said? Most recently, 1 in 39? I think. And that was from the CDC. That was from 2021, I think, 1 in 39. They just brought it out, but I think that's the latest, and that's what most people are using right now. According to who? Autistic people. The studies also show that autism. Oh no, it says autism speaks. Can you believe that, Tyler? I accidentally, it was like a Freudian slip, just said, according to autistic people, because I thought they would qualify us as knowing something. And we can't be sarcastic, can we, Tyler? We're not capable because we're artistic. According to Autism Speaks, studies also show autism is 4 to 5 times more common among boys than girls. Oh, no, please. No, no, no. This stuff never ceases to amaze me. That's what I'm talking about, heroic, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. This is just a regular article from good intended people from some random paper from South Georgia. And I appreciate that, heroic Vandal. I am after about 9:30 tonight. I'm going to be going back live again, and I'm going to be trying to get people to go live with me to defend Autism Speaks. By the way, just so you know. But yeah, this is some good intended folks, and look at the headline: Autism Speaks deserves better understanding, or autism. Autism deserves better understanding. The whole damn thing's been ableist. This is beautiful, actually, because this just shows how ableist even the good-intentioned people are, and that's why we have to take control of this narrative ourselves. And I think that's why I need to do this 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. I think I've got enough material without any problems whatsoever. This is only my third article, and I've been at this for about an hour. Ableist stuff, ableist stuff, ableist stuff, ableist stuff, ableist stuff. Okay. An estimated 1 out of 42 boys and 1 out of 189 girls are diagnosed with autism in the United States. Why? We're not going to say. More than 3 million people in the United States live with some form of autism. The reason is because we have misogynist medical field. That the autism diagnosis was based on boys. That's why it is bad. This person did not do very good study, and I'm going to call him out on it. I think I'm going to write a letter, or I'm going to make a video, another video about this, maybe tonight or something, and just go over this again and make a whole video so they can understand where they were wrong. Autism has also been called the fastest growing serious developmental disorder in the U.S. Oh my God. Okay, now I'm completely floored. I can't believe it went this far. Autism has been called the fastest growing serious developmental disorder in the United States? I'm sorry. Okay, that was a little bit of stutter mutism thing going on, I think, a little bit. Because what do you say? Autism has been called the fastest growing serious developmental disorder in the United States. That's the most ableist statement I have seen in any of the articles I've been reviewing in the last 100 hours. We often fear or ignore things we do not understand that are outside our comfort zone. We may shy away from people who are different from us and close ourselves off to experiences that should enrich our lives in meaningful ways if we would just take the time to learn about those things we do not understand. Yeah, if you would have taken time to research the freaking article. We are all different from each other in one way or another. You know what? I am absolutely gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna make a video about this and put this on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another narrative again, and then maybe I'll be able to read it better. I stutter, as you know. However, most of us will never face the life challenges faced every day by the families of children with autism. I thought they were going to say by autistic people. However, most of us will never face, because they started kind of talking about autistic people. I literally thought they were going to say, however, most of us will never face the challenges of autistic people. Instead, faced every day by the families of autism children with, that's why I hate the term, with autism. Now, I have only banned Autism Speaks from using the term with autism because they always classify it as a disease. But here they are in this sentence. I am taking it as they are calling it a disease. This is the most ableist article I have ever seen. Rarely will you hear those families complain. Rather, they generally talk about the milestones they reach and the small pleasures and joys in life that most of us simply take for granted. Because autistic people can't be happy. Oh, I'm stimming while I'm doing that. Because autistic people can't be happy. And they can't live and they can't have life because they're artistic. Right? Patting themselves on the backs there, kinda. As a community, you should shut your damn mouth and listen to autistic people. As a community, you should listen to us and have us participate in these little articles that you're writing instead of Autism Speaks, an organization that does not represent us. Wow, every once in a while I make good little statements. Woo! Every once in a while I'm like, woo! As a community, I can only get to 3 words in this sentence. That's what it is, Tyler. You're so right. You know? Weaponization of logistical information hidden in plain sight by the majority, but the majority is blind to it. Yeah. And the thing is somebody that doesn't understand ableism and so forth, that isn't in the community, this may kind of in general look like a good article. But almost every single sentence is ableist. As a community, we should increase our understanding and be more sensitive to the families struggling to provide services. Be more sensitive to the families struggling to provide services to their children, because guess what happens when we turn 18? Poof! We are raptured. That's what happens to autistic people. We are raptured at 18. And if anyone says, if they're older than 18 and they say they're autistic, they're lying. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, see, I know I haven't even finished the sentence, but I know they're not going to mention autistic people or qualify autistic people as knowing anything about autism. They're not going to mention that there's an entire autistic community out there to support each and every parent out there. We could support every parent in this country right now. Easily. Our autistic community can. There's enough of us out there that are... There's someone on Facebook all the time. Thousands of people. On TikTok, all over the place. You can always find help if you have an autistic child. But you're not going to get it by going to a website that doesn't respond to you. Autism speaks. Now let's see if I can go more than 3 words. Are you going to be proud of me? Okay. As a community, we should increase our understanding and be more sensitive to the families struggling to provide services to their children while being part of the community without being looked upon with pity or even disdain. What? You look at us with pity and disdain? Okay, if I wrote that sentence, pity and disdain would have never come to mind. And you added it with, upon. Upon, that's a preposition? You don't even, without being looked at. Yeah, you could stop the sentence right here. As a community, we should increase our understanding and be more sensitive to families struggling to provide services to their children while being a part of the community. Period. Without being looked upon with pity or even disdain. Because they're bad people. People look at them with pity and disdain. They had a perfect sentence and then they made it ableist as an afterthought. One more time. As a community, we should increase our understanding and be sensitive to families struggling to provide services to their children while being part of the community, period. Without being looked upon with pity or even disdain. Yeah, I'm looking at you with pity and disdain right now. Whoever wrote this article. And they don't even give their people credit. Wow. So it's the paper's fault. They're taking full credit for this. While children and adults suffering from autism. I can't do this. Danielle, I can't do this. I can't do it, Danielle. Danielle, this editorial, it doesn't give credit to who. Autism deserves better understanding. This is the most ableist article I have ever seen. Ever! Every single sentence is ableist almost. Watch this one. This is a great example. This is beautiful. As a community, we should increase our understanding and be more sensitive to families struggling to provide services to their children while being part of the community. Oh, they added another part here. Without being looked upon with pity or even disdain. Autism has been called the fastest growing serious developmental disorder in the United States. I'm going to try to continue. I got through the whole sentence. Well, I'm going to go through this one again. While children and adults, because I got screwed up on it again. While children and adults suffering from autism. And adults can't read it. Yeah. While children and adults suffering from autism may be different in many ways, no, we're not. We're human beings. That's what I'm trying to say here. Yes, we struggle at times. Yes, we have challenges. And you do too. Yes, we can have much more serious challenges that are disabling. And yes, we need to take that into account. But it does not lessen our humanism. Neither does it lessen yours that you're just a neurotypical. I mean, you can't help that. And I don't hate you for it. I don't like putting up with you, but I don't hate you for being a neurotypical person, okay? Well, children, and somebody's going to record this stuff and put it on TikTok, and I'm going to get so demonized. While children and adults suffering from autism may be different in many ways, in other ways they are like ah! While children and adults suffering from autism may be different in many ways, in other ways they are like all children. Excitable. Enjoying life and loving and hugging encouragement from close friends and family members. No, they shouldn't have said like children. Oh no. Like, oh. Is this Ah! I've never had actual, I guess, selective mutism or prolonged stuttering like this publicly before, not even on a stream. Do not. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is autism deserves better understanding. Do not close yourself off to the joys of fulfillment that can come from knowing people, and just because the challenges they face in life are different from your own. Okay, so can somebody else come up to the Valista Daily Times and put autism deserves better understanding? And just see if it pops up and see if it's like a real paper or something. Oh my God, it looks real. I have to do a video on this. I have to do an entire video on it, and I'm going to send it to him. But it's going to get published on my YouTube channel. And the thing is, I might cover up who it is. Should I do that, or should I let it stand with their name? What do you guys think? Should I bust him out? I should. I am doing journalism. I gotta bust him out. I'm doing journalism. I'm gonna bust him out, but I'm not gonna be mean to him. I don't know what Valdosta means. What Valdosta? I cannot believe I found this ableist of an article, and I bookmarked it already. Oops, nope. Yeah. And I'm going to make an entire video. In fact, I'll just do it tonight when I get off of that stream. I'll just sit there and do a commentary on it, and then I'll just upload it. I don't want to demonize these people, but this needs to be shown. People need to see this. How should I title it? How should I title this one? Autism deserves better understanding? That's what I'm going to title it. Autism deserves better understanding. That was very autistic of me, wasn't it? What do you mean? What do you mean, Danielle? Your brain's not working properly. Are you okay, Danielle? Oh, Danielle. Okay, let me tell you what happened. I was just going through articles. Just put Autism Speaks, and I put what happened in the last 24 hours, and I came up with this article. And this is an editorial from a Georgia paper, South Georgia, and its title is Autism Deserves Better Understanding. Now, they don't give the author's name, which is good. Make sure it's not on here. I don't want to give... I don't want to put this person's name out there. I'll put the paper, but not the... You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this was an editorial about how autism deserves better understanding, and it's the most... This is 13 hours ago. This is the most ableist article I've ever seen. Absolutely, without a doubt. Isn't it crazy how every day, Tyler, I find something, it seems? Although the last couple of days were pretty dry. But I was really working on those other things. Crazy. Don Career okay, let's see what these guys... Okay, this is Facebook, and I don't know if I can get on Facebook or not. April kicks off. This is really great. I really love what I'm doing here because I haven't seen anybody else do this. I'm getting a real snapshot of the perception of autistic people in this in the world, because I'm all over the place. This is mostly our English speaking stuff, but okay, so fearless. Act fearlessly? What is act fearlessly? I forget what act fearlessly. And I should know. I haven't paid attention to this campaign. I've been so busy with other things. Okay. This is not that business thing. Okay. Remember earlier I was talking about they were trying to get workers and all that stuff. That Fearlessly or whatever this is not that campaign that they're bragging about, getting autistics to work. And what that was about is Autism Speaks basically is trying to go to companies and saying autistic people make great laborers. And instead of going to colleges and saying we'll pay for scholarships. Right? Oh, are you taking off? I got to take off pretty soon here. I've got about another 20 minutes, but I'm going to hop off early because I got to go see Fern's show. Do you know Fern, Tyler? I wish I knew what Fern's name was. Anyway, thank yous too, Tyler. I really appreciate it. So, this is... Okay, well, now they're just advertising stuff. Autism Speaks commercial, TikTok. I don't think this is good. Nah, this is not going to be anything new. But I am curious to see whose mugs show up here. Watch this. We're going to put Autism Speaks here. I want to see if I'm making any difference here. Here's the moment of truth. Oh, there I am. One. Nope, I'm not that deep. Yep. But I am in the top 6 there, but I don't see myself anywhere else. But now, and a lot of these are old videos. I want recent. Can you do like a recent thing? I mean, I'm here, and this is about the autistic lifespan. Oh! Wait a minute. I think this one's mine. Oh, no. Okay, this is Elaine's. I can't tell hers from mine anymore. Or Eileen's, excuse me. Okay, well, I'm up there. There's another one with that I'm in on TikTok. But at least there's some people making TikTok videos. But unfortunately, these dates, this is like from June, October. Oh, that's me. October. These are fairly recent. March 1st. August. Yeah, there's not a lot of people doing stuff right now. It's kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate. This is me. Okay. Let's see. Anything else new? Martha's Ranch. No, cabin. No, we don't care about Martha's Ranch. Should I go to YouTube and see if anything's popped up? Oh, this is cool. Check it out. The floor is open for anyone who wishes to speak, and that's me talking. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Luther. Luther. Let's see if I can. Did it work? Did it go at is different? Not. I just know her as Fern. And so that's why I don't remember that name very well. But yeah, after Fern gets off, I'm going to come back here. And then I'm going to be inviting people to come on live with me and defend Autism Speaks. Actually, it's not defend. It's just tell me about their experiences with it. I've had a, there was a gal named Kiki Chambers. She got, I think she lost her account for whatever reason. But she told me that Autism Speaks had helped her personally, but we weren't able to get into it because she's kind of confrontational. But I want to know, I want to speak to someone who Autism Speaks has helped or who wishes to tell us about why Autism Speaks is good and we should donate to it or what have you. That's what I want. And then we can have a discussion. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to challenge people, but I'm certainly not going to attack anyone. You know what? I was with the Marines when I was 17 years old. You know, and I've been around the world. I'm 53 years old. Was a corrections officer for 15 years. I ain't got diddly squat to prove to nobody. And if they kick my ass, you just kick the ass of an old man. So shut up. Okay. We have Autism Speaks gloves being sold now. And remember I sent Wilson all those emails? Do you remember I sent all those emails out? And Wilson was one of them. Yes, this is an Autism Speaks glove. It's blue. Because, why? Because Autism Speaks was talking about the boys. And I can show you that if you really need it. I've in my stack of bookmarks here. Suzanne Wright said that we do the blues for the boys because most people that have autism are the boys. So when they say blue is not for the boys, that's not true at all. At least they didn't put puzzle pieces on the dang thing. Could you imagine how horrible a puzzle piece glove would look? Blech. Okay, what is the most common problem in autism? This was written today by Judah Schiller. Unveiling the most common problem in autism. Boy, I hope this doesn't go to hell. I'm going to try to get through this one a little bit quicker. Understanding ASD. ASD is a complex neurodevelopmental condition that affects, okay, we know. Overview, we don't want an overview. Characteristics, we don't care. Well, we do. Okay, we'll go over characteristics. The two most common characteristics of ASD are challenges with social communication and interaction, the presence of restricted repetitive behaviors and or interest. So, okay, we got social communication, repetitive behaviors. What are we missing? Repetitive. I'm drawing a blank. We're missing one. I don't know why it's not. I'm talking about the third one because you have to have all three for the diagnostic. Social disorders, Repetitive behaviors. Um, oh, sensitivities. Duh. So let's see if this is correct. Now, this is okay. He's not claiming to be a doctor. This site is Treetop ABA Therapy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I didn't know this was ABA Therapy. Okay, I'm going to skip the challenges with autism because he's not going to know what he's talking about anyway. Restricted repetitive behaviors, and then he gives all three of them. No, social and restricted. Oh, he doesn't care about the sensitivity. Oh my God. It's ABA. They don't care about the sensitivities. So he's not even mentioning them. Social interactive, the social interaction difficulties, so he's going to say behavior problems. Restricted repetitive behaviors, bad behavior problems. This is where he's going to go with this. Guarantee you. Challenges in diagnosis. Okay, early detection and intervention. Well, yeah, we'll start with diagnosis. I want to see how ableist he gets, or how accurate he is. Identifying early signs of autism and navigating the diagnosis process are crucial components of autism management. This can, however, be a complex process due to various factors. He didn't say anything. Diagnosing autism can be challenging due to absence of a medical test. Doctors have to rely on a child's developmental history, behavior to make a diagnosis. While it is often detected at 18 months or younger with a reliable diagnosis by age 2, some individuals are not diagnosed until adolescence or adulthood. Okay. Are we going to get anything good out of this? Yeah, the term intervention makes it once again sound like there's something wrong. And that is the attitude. Developmental screening, I don't care, detection. Understanding the factors that contribute to ASD can help in early detection and intervention. Two key areas of research in this context are genetic factors and environmental influences, which the environmental influences are only 10%. So if you were to put your money on it, you should go with the genetic factors, actually, and not worry about environmental, because you're likely to get a lot more hits and your money's going to go further with the genetic factors. Just saying. Research indicates that autism tends to run in families. We know that. With the 60 to 90% risk of autism originating from one's genome. It's observed that having a child with autism... No, it doesn't. This is statistics. This is math. It's observed that having a child with autism increases the likelihood of another child with the condition. No, it doesn't. The mom's autistic, and she's throwing autistic kids. Just because you had one doesn't mean you're not going to have two. Of course you're going to have two. You have the genetics. That does not mean it's an increased risk factor. This is stupid. I'm just a farm boy, and I know that much about genetics. If the goat's throwing one kind of goat, it's going to throw that one kind of goat, because that's how the genetics work. It doesn't mean that if it throws one kind of goat one day, that it's more likely that it's gonna throw the same thing. Of course it is. That's that genetics. Oh my God! I keep on seeing that thing repeated, and I stutter. And other family members are also at a higher risk of having a child with autism. No. If you have one family member with autism, you should have the entire family checked. Period. It is not a higher risk factor. It's called genetics. They are called a family for a reason. They are related. And guess what? People who are related have a higher risk factor of having siblings and parents. Impact on, and I'm not going to look at environmental factors. That just means we don't know. ASD can significantly impact individuals in various ways. One, one the key areas one of the key areas affected by is learning and intelligence. No, well, okay, maybe ish. While complications in functioning across social, academic, and professional environments are also common, and he left it there, so he's wrong. People who are autistic have intellectual disabilities. People who are autistic have intellectual disabilities. So therefore, we know that people with neurotypicalism, it is not called by intellectual disabilities. And people who have neurotypicalism does not cause intellectual disabilities. Because autistic people also have people with intellectual disabilities. The difference is, for whatever reason, we about a third of us do have intellectual disabilities. I would say that number is even higher in some respect because due to my autism and how my brain works, I am deficient in a lot of areas that neurotypicals find very easy. Oh, hi, Micah. Yeah, he passed in October. I'm just now in the last couple of weeks starting to recover. Heck, Lucifer's watched a little bit of it. Um. So anyway, oh boy, learning and intelligence. ASD affects the learning abilities and intelligence levels of individuals in a See how he's clustering it together? And this is why people conflate intellectual disabilities with autism. And I'm not being like a like some kind of supremacist or something like this, but it needs to be understood for our well-being, for the well-being of human beings, that autism is one thing and we also can have intellectual disabilities, but that is different. And we need to treat the autism for the autism and the intellectual disabilities for the intellectual disabilities. Not conflate them all together because they can be different. And different people can have, some people can be autistic and not have intellectual disabilities. Some people can. Some people can be neurotypical and have intellectual disabilities. Like this author. Oh, I did not say that aloud. That. You know, when the artistic guy says you ain't so smart, you got something to think about there, buddy. Some children with ASD may have difficulty learning, and some may exhibit signs of lower than normal intelligence. See how it's just being framed? This guy is okay. He goes to ABA, right? He's an ABA therapist, this guy. Okay? It says Treetop ABA therapy, so I imagine he's ACBA or whatever. All he sees is people with high support needs autistics. So he has this impression that all autistic people are high support needs and all of us have intellectual disability. That's exactly how he's framing this. Right? A central challenge often seen as the most, and this is just regular articles I'm picking up that were made today, Danielle. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I think I can do this 2 hours a day. In fact, I've got to go because my friend's going to be going on here in a little bit. So I want to give myself time to go to the restroom and do all my stuff. But at 9:30, I will be back on. I do promise. And it will be fun because, yes, Fern. Yes, we're going to go see Fern right now. I keep on forgetting her name. Is different but not weird. On TikTok. Is different but not weird. All right. That's the person to go to live. One of the awesome, I think, actually one of the best creators right now in the autism world, really, because of what she's doing and the excitement that she's drumming up. But don't tell her I said that, okay? All right, I'm going to get out of here. This is David Page. Screw them. Flap harder.